Hello and welcome to Pageant Planet Live. I'm Stephanie McGrain, and today I'm joined by the beautiful Paulina Vega, Miss Universe. Welcome, Paulina.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy to be here.
We are so excited to have you. It is such an honor, and we are looking forward to finding out what it takes to be Miss Universe.
Of course, I will tell everything.
Well, we are excited to hear it all. But before we get started, I have to ask, how is your brand new crown doing?
Oh my God, it's doing very well, I can say. It's of course new. They changed the whole design, and it's the skyline of New York that is my new hometown, and it's very comfortable because they put like some clips behind, so I feel very safe. That is the most important thing.
Well, it's good to know that it's comfortable. And since you'll be wearing it a lot, that's a good thing. And there's
Yeah.
definitely been a lot of talk about the new design. Okay, now, Paulina, you have to tell us, how did you go about choosing your evening gown? And what tips and advice do you have for us in choosing the perfect evening gown?
Well, I think that it's very important when you choose the designer that you must know if he understands you, what is better to show in the dress, if you want to show the shoulders, if you want to show I don't know, how is the word? Like this? How do you say that? Like here.
Okay, the waist?
The
Oh,
waist,
not okay.
or a leg or whatever. So you just need to show the part that you most feel comfortable of, and I think it's very important that you can walk with the dress. It's very basic that I saying this, but a lot of girls choose a dress that is very uncomfortable and they can't even walk or go down the stairs. So it's very important that the judges can notice that you can walk and you feel comfortable and you feel beautiful.
Well, when you came out on stage in your evening gown, I was completely wowed. And obviously the judges were too.
And the good thing is that my dress matched with the gown because they are both silver, so that was a good thing.
You looked gorgeous. Now tell us, what did you do to prepare to look so amazing in your swimsuit?
I think that train yourself, really know that having a healthy life is just not one month committed because being pageant they put a lot of different types of food, sometimes good, sometimes bad. So it's very important to really know to really have a healthy life the whole time, exercise when you can, being hydrated, work out a lot when you have free time, and also in those days because like I said, it's 2 weeks you are there and then it's a swimsuit competition and your body can change a lot in 2 weeks. But the most important thing is that there are going to be a lot of perfect bodies or good bodies, but your walk is very important, and the way that you smile, or if you prefer to be sexy, you just need to feel good with your faces, your expressions, and just connect with the judges.
Oh, those are good tips. So, what else can you tell us in terms of modeling on stage? Whether it be evening gown or swimsuit, in terms of modeling and posing, what should we be doing?
I think that some of the girls don't see the difference in between the swimsuit catwalk and the evening gown catwalk. I think that the swimsuit like happiness, your personality, to be like outgoing, to have a lot of movement, to show your body, and of course, like in a happy way. But evening gown is, I think that it's better to not do a lot of movement like in swimsuit. I prefer to do like an elegant catwalk, like very smooth, so the judges can see you in like different faces.
Well, you were definitely beauty and grace moving across the stage.
Thank you very much.
And tell us, how did you prepare for interview?
For the interview, well, the organization asked you a lot of different questions just at the beginning of the pageant. So it's really important to say the truth because they're going to ask you again about those answers and the reason why you gave those answers. So it's really important to say the truth so you can repeat and explain why did you say that before. It's very important to just be yourself, be relaxed, and don't be nervous because when you're nervous, you just change a little bit your personality. So it's very important to show them that it's good to have mistakes, that not pretend to be another person. If you are 22, act like a 22-year-old year girl. How do you say that? 22-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's very important to really show your personality. Don't be nervous and say the truth every time because they're going to ask you the reason.
Now, did you have a translator during your private interview?
Yes, I had a translator because sometimes they're going to ask me about a subject that I don't know very good. So it's better to have like a backup so I can just ask one word or one definition. Or for example, some of the judges had like a British accent. And they were, for me, it was very difficult to understand the question. So when they asked me, I just asked the translator the question in Spanish, and I answered in English. So it's better if you feel a little bit insecure to have a backup, just in case. But he can be there, and you must not. So then you like see if you need help or not.
Did you feel like it was more difficult to connect with the judges through use of a translator?
No, not at all. Because like I said, I only asked him like 3 words and like to translate 2 questions. But I was always looking at the judges. I was not looking at the translator. So it just depends on each girl to feel that connection to make it obvious.
And you have such incredible stage presence. So, how do you shine forth that star quality?
I thank you very much. I think that. mm it's important to, like I said, control the nerves and show your personality. Be yourself because when you, for example, I prefer to smile and not to be sexy. I feel more comfortable smiling and not being sexy. So, of course, I smiled more than being sexy. Some of the girls were more comfortable just making like sexy expressions and not smiling. So it's very important that everything comes naturally because the judges are going to show that, and the judges not only see you on stage, they only see you on screen. So they're going to be a lot of close-ups. So they're going to notice if you're pretending to be someone else or if you're just being yourself. So it's very important to just be secure, know that you're beautiful in the inside and the outside, and of course a little bit of practice before with the poses that you're going to make with a dress is very important.
Well, you definitely radiate confidence and personality.
Thank you.
And now we have a viewer question for you. And she asks, what was the most difficult part of your pageant preparation? And how did it differ from preparing for Miss Columbia versus preparing for Miss Universe?
Well, it's very different because the Miss Universe is like an international platform, so they like different stuff. It's a little bit of modeling too. I think that the Miss Columbia pageant it's more old-fashioned. So the catwalk is different. The way that you pose at the end is very different. The way that you express yourself, the way that you behave, everything is very different because, like I said, the Miss Columbia pageant is very old-fashioned. So I think this universe it was easier. They like to have a girl that is natural and spontaneous and not being who is she? What was the other question? What was the most difficult part?
Yes.
I think that when you are enjoying what you are doing, there's no difficult part. And I always had in mind of being myself and being authentic. So it was not so hard. Of course, because of the Miss Colombia pageant, I had the experience of the catwalk, of the public, and being on stage, trying to remember, etc., those kind of things. But I think that the most important thing is to focus when in the first moment of the pageant, not only preliminary, but since you're in the airport traveling to Miss Universe pageant, it's very important to be focused and to live or chatting with whatever. So it's very important to focus and know what should you do in each moment.
Well, your hard work and determination has definitely paid off. And I want to say, Paulina, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for
Mhm.
sharing all of your awesome tips and advice and for telling us exactly what it takes to be Miss Universe.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was a
And,
pleasure.
and we look forward to seeing all that you do during your reign as Miss Universe.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope that we will talk in another opportunity.
I would love that. And thanks to the viewers for tuning in and for more great interviews like this one on how to succeed in pageantry. Be sure to subscribe to Pageant Planet's YouTube channel. Thanks again, everyone, and thank you, Paulina.
Of course, a pleasure.
Bye-bye.